Welcome back to SpadeCardMagic. Today I'm going to teach you a really powerful card trick. So before I begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's get started. Alright, for this trick, I'm going to need the spectator to pick a number, but we're going to be doing it a little bit differently. So I'm going to have the spectator think of a clock, and then 1 through 12, and then as the clock hand goes around, I'm going to have them think of any number where it stops at. So for example, number 6. And then this would be their card after 6. So just memorize that. Now we can place it back, put these on top, and now I can give the deck a shuffle like so. And now what I can do is just find your card. So what I can start by doing is just searching through like so after giving it a spread. So I can tell just by scanning that your card is nowhere near the back section. So we can eliminate those cards. And now I can scan the deck one more time. Well, a few more times actually. And I can see that your card is nowhere in the top. So I can just remove those cards. Now we're left with some cards that were in the middle of the deck. So I can just scan it one more time. And I can see that your card is not here, so we can eliminate these cards. Now once again, we're left with a smaller amount of cards. So now, this time, I can have a spectator, and if I have their hand, I can have their finger, and just have them guide their hand over it, like so. And as they move over, I can sense where their card is. So, let's say, I can just keep going over, and I know that their card is not these last few. So I can eliminate these 4. Now we can keep going. So I can sense that their card is nowhere here. So I can eliminate these cards again. So now we're left with an even smaller amount. So now, once again, I can just keep going through until we're left with the spectator's card. So now I can tell that their card is not these first 4. So I can eliminate those. And I can also tell that their card is not the ace. And now we're left with these 2 cards. So now what I can do is have the spectator wave their finger over, and now I can sense that their card is the 2 of diamonds. Alright, this trick is really easy, and the first thing you want to do is start by gathering all the cards for one suit. So right here I have all 13 diamonds, and they don't have to be in any specific order. So as you can see, just a random assortment of diamonds. And make sure those cards of all one suit are on top. And that's your only setup. And now you want the spectator to select any number of cards from those 13. So the diamonds. So what I did in the performance is I had a spectator select any number 1 through 12 from a clock face, because it's a little easier trying to explain them with a clock than trying to tell them a number 1 through 13. So now you can do it that way, or you can just tell them a number 1 through 13. So if you get them to do the clock, you can say that just think of the hands going around and stopping at any number on the clock face. So right now, let's just pick like 4. So you would count off 4 cards. 4. And now this would be the spectator's card. And it's the Jack of Diamonds. And this here is the 5th card, but you wouldn't know this card. So now you place their card back, and these 4 cards go back on top of their selection. And now what you can do is give the deck a real shuffle. Because the concept of this trick is you already know where one suit in this deck is, and you're just mixing that up. So if you look for that suit, the suit is just still connected, but it's just interlaced by different cards. So you can still find their card pretty easily. So now if we spread the deck, we can look through and count the number of cards, so diamonds, that the spectator selected, so which was 4. Now I see 1, 2, 3, 4. And now the next one will be their selection. So they selected the Jack of Diamonds. And now if you shuffle it more than once, then you might actually mess up the order. So if you shuffle it just the one shuffle with the one real shuffle, it interlaces the diamonds with random cards, so the diamonds are still in a way that you know it. So now after you do that, you can eliminate all the cards after that. So let's say we see the Jack of Diamonds right here. You can eliminate all these cards right over here. And then you can keep going until you're left with a small handful of cards. Like for example, I can eliminate all these cards here until I'm left with these 8. And now I can eliminate these cards all the way until I'm left with 2. And then what I can do is have the spectator's finger point over them and pretend like I'm trying to figure out which one it is. But by this point, I would have already known which one it is because I would have counted the number of cards. So right now, it's the Jack of Diamonds. Alright, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on SpadeCardMagic.